we saw the machine in motion was when we felt that, wow, this guy and this foundation has really got it together. We would have never thought of that on our own.
Class even flew in his director of search operations, who was one of the first volunteers to look for Polly years before.
We're going to be dealing in some pretty treacherous terrain today, as well as tomorrow. Canyon areas, lots of rocks into the ravines.
This was day 49 since Michelle disappeared. And once again, her San Diego relatives loaded into cars around midnight and drove the 8 hours north to the San Francisco Bay. Dateline was there, watching, as they gathered for a morning briefing to prepare them for the long day of searching ahead.
If you take nothing else away from this presentation, take this portion right here, okay? Every single search that we put you on today, tomorrow, we consider a potential crime scene.
The police suggested a zone to be searched. But that's about all the information they provided.
We don't know exactly why, but it's based on all the evidence and the timeline they believe that something might have happened in this area.
The area? A narrow canyon in the hills east of the San Francisco Bay. As the search party...
marking that we use, and then we report it to the investigators, and everything we're doing here is to support police.
A complication. This area is a haven for the homeless. It's also a notorious dumping ground for murder victims. Here, one of the searchers found an encampment, and inside, a sleeping bag.
Ian, do you want to check out, this looks like a sleeping bag?
You want me to pull this bag out?
Yeah.
The bag was empty. But deeper inside the encampment, something else was uncovered. A large bone. This Creek Canyon, it soon became apparent, had been well traveled by both creatures great and small.
It's an animal, some mammal.
But there was another bone at a creek crossing. Searchers had already passed it by when our producer noticed it lying there.
Don't play with DS in my room.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emily.
I'm playing it right here.
Ian, come check it out. It does look like I thought alone. Good joint. Hey, Ian, want to take a look at this for me? There's no other bones around it, which is kind of interesting. It's big. It's pretty big, huh? That's just a really big ball. Looking at a bone from a large mammal. Let's tag it and let's do a more thorough article search around here just in case. And then we'll get somebody to get the gear. You think you can scamper up to that little piece of rebar or whatever is there and tie a pink ribbon on it for us?
The bone was tagged, sent off to a lab, examined, and yes, it was from the leg of a large mammal. In this case, a human.
Coming up, while Michelle's friends and family are searching, police are making discoveries of their own. Is one tiny clue a key to the mystery?
We found an identification card from the nursing school, but it was not Michelle's.
When Dateline continues.
Get your cash back, Chase.
8 pieces of chicken, 8 hot wings, 10 bites. Game day bucket go boom.
Start couch gating today with a KFC Game Day bucket for just $19.99.
What happens when people try Silk Pure Almond on cereal? Who loves it? They love it. Silk Pure Almond Vanilla is the taste 7 out of 10 people prefer on cereal over dairy milk and love that it has 50% more calcium than milk. Silk. Try it today.
What do you want to pass on to your kids? Good taste in music? Check. A sense of adventure? Check. How about table manners? Well, we can always wait on that one. Introducing the 20
from Hyundai.
Shows are like family. Everyone knows everything.
You stole my song!
Someone's always waiting to take you down.
Stop it. Golden Globe nominated series Smash returns Tuesday, February 5th here on NBC.
Here you go, breakfast sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts.
What's in it?
Turkey sausage.
Turkey what?
It's good. You'll like it. Try it.
Right?
Yeah. Next one's on you.
Yeah, okay. Introducing Dunkin's new turkey sausage breakfast sandwich. The surprisingly great taste of turkey sausage on a fried egg with under 400 calories. Try it. You'll like it. Runs on Dunkin'. Hurry in for Dunkin's new turkey sausage breakfast sandwich today.
Returning to our story, it's been months now since Michelle Lay vanished from a hospital parking garage. The signs of her after her disappearance keep her family searching and hoping she's alive. At the same time, the police are also searching. They're tracking Michelle's electronic trail, and all that choppy video, audio, texting, and pinging has picked up not just Michelle, but someone else, someone very close to home. Again, here's Keith Morrison.
On the afternoon of July 15th, 49 days after Michelle Lay disappeared, we stumbled over a human bone in the same area where Michelle's cell phone had briefly pinged off a nearby tower. But as the searchers scoured the immediate area, they understood it couldn't be her. The bits of clothing weren't right, and the bone was bleached by the sun. Must have been there a long time. And when they looked closely,
That's a 6 foot something. It's not a 5 foot 5 female.
appalling. Some other poor soul wound up here. But relief, too. It wasn't Michelle. So the search and the mystery wore on for days and then for weeks. And by the middle of August, it all looked to be losing steam. On a typical San Francisco summer afternoon, as the fog rolled in, Christine and Michael brought us up to date on their efforts to find Michelle. How long's it been now?
27. It's been over 2 months. It's been about 72 days.
How you doing, the two of you, with all of this? I mean, how are you holding up?
It's just weird. Just trying to stay active and just trying to keep the word out. I'm trying to stay positive. It's just really trying to stay positive is the hardest part.
The hardest times for me are at night, getting in bed and thinking, oh my gosh, I wish Michelle's in it. I hope Michelle's in a bed.
Yeah. I mean, you clearly have decided that she's still alive.
Mm-hmm. It's not over. It's not going to be over until we get her home.
And so that very evening, they hosted a fundraising event at a nearby restaurant. And a few days later, on August 20th, the 85th day of Michelle Lay's disappearance, the San Diego family again piled into their cars just after midnight and made the long drive up the coast to launch their 8th search. Time had faded the posters taped to their cars. The creek bed to be searched seemed desperately far away from any place where a body might be dumped or a woman might reasonably be held captive. Still,
Her cell phone glass pinged there. So, they tracked where her cell phone ended up after she disappeared, and it's all around the rural East Bay. It's such a huge area.
it was 100 degrees in the winter days of summer, and it seemed to have impacted turnout as the number of volunteers dwindled. Suddenly, the search leader called in a discovery. Some female clothing, partially buried in the sand.
Danny, I'm down by the creek. There's a woman's underwear by the tree. Almost like light pink, white.
It is, it turns out, another false lead. So they pack up another fruitless day in a case gone cold.